and gentlemen, we are back with another final predictions for UFC 316. We have Suga O'Malley taking on Merab Dvalishvili. Julianna Peña defending her belt against Kayla Harrison. Patchy Mix taking on Bautista. Who do I have winning these fights? I'm gonna have to go with boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got final predictions for UFC 316. And one of the fights I'm very interested in is Patchy Mix taking on Bautista. Now, Patchy Mix is a former world champion in Bellator, and a lot of people who don't fight in the UFC, the fans tend to not even put any stank on it. Meaning that when he was a champion in Bellator and then he got, brought over to PFL, people don't recognize what you've done outside of the octagon. This gentleman is on a 7-fight win streak. Out of the 7 fights, he's finished 5 of those opponents. This gentleman has beaten the likes of Sergio Pettis, Kyoji Gucci, world-class athletes, and he was a final Bellator champion. Once PFL bought Bellator, nobody still understands why they did that, because they just bought all the competition and then put their athletes into work. He gets the opportunity to actually fight for the UFC. Now, will Patchy Mix suffer the same fate as Pitbull? I like to think not, because he's trained with the guys like Aljamain Sterling, Merab Dvalishvili, so I don't think he's gonna have any problem. But he's taking on a guy named Bautista, who is ranked number 10th in the division. Now, the last thing Bautista did was he beat Jose Aldo, which is a legend of the division, and he was also trying to angle for a fight against Triple C, Henry Cejudo. And Henry Cejudo's clapback was, "What have you done? Nobody knows you." And so Bautista is getting an opportunity to fight a newcomer in Patchy Mix. Now, let's look at the keys of victory for these gentlemen. Now, when you look at Bautista needs to go out there and do what he does best, which is take it to his opponent. Well, when he fought Jose Aldo, it wasn't the most exciting way he beat Jose Aldo, but he was able to stifle him. If he's able to stifle Patchy Mix, he can, ruin his celebration finally getting into the UFC. Now, let us go to Patchy Mix. Do not get away with what's got you to the dance, which is you crossing the void, getting where you're strong, which is getting people's backs, and then lock up that body triangle and work that submission game. He is also taller for the division, so he is very good about throwing those knees right up the middle on shorter athletes. So who do I have winning between Patchy Mix versus Bautista? I'm gonna go with my man Patchy Mix. Now, Patchy Mix, like I said before, former world champion, getting his opportunity to step under the lights, and I can't wait to see what he can do. And I actually like this, this newcomer to the division, because it just spices things up a little bit. But we got PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game we play directly from your phone. It's very simple. All you gotta do is go to your app store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, use my promo code MIGHTY. Cool promotion going on right now. All you gotta do is play $5 and you're gonna win $50 no matter what happens in the lineup. And they got mixed martial arts, they got NBA, they even got the NFL, and that will be back soon. So boys, when you look at PrizePicks, I'm lining right now. At the time of filming this, I'm liking some things right now. When we look at mixed martial arts, we go here, fight time. We look at Kayla Harrison versus Julianna Peña. 21 minutes and 25 seconds. I like less on that. I feel like Julianna Peña is very aggressive, so is Kayla Harrison. I think we're gonna get a finish there in that fight, so I'm gonna go less with that one. And then when you look at takedowns, okay, here we go. We look at Merab the Machine. Do you think he's gonna land 5.5 takedowns, or do you think he's gonna go do you think he's gonna be less than that? I like less. I'm gonna go with less. I like less because I think if Merab is able to get Sean down, he'll keep him there, and he's got 5 rounds. Hopefully he'll be able to pass guard and look to submit him, and they even have significant strikes. When we look at significant strikes, I like less for Suga O'Malley. 72.5 significant strikes. Sean is a sniper. He's looking for that one-shot KO to put Merab away. He's not a high volume guy. If you even go look at their first fight when they fought, I don't think he got over maybe 50 because Merab kept putting him on the back. So boys, make sure you guys lock in your picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let us get back to the final predictions. Now with the co-main event, we have Julianna Peña taking on Kayla Harrison. Now, another former world champion in the PFL, getting her opportunity to fight in the UFC, and she's been undefeated in the UFC ever since she made her way to the octagon. Now, this fight has been in the works for a long time. Julianna Peña has been out of it, and she's been trying to angle to fight Amanda Nunes. But let's get back to the fight that we have on the table, which is Kayla Harrison take out Julianna Peña. Now, when you look at Julianna Peña, she is a dog when it comes to fighting. She bites on the mouthpiece. She has a great jab. She has very good wrestling. The injuries that she suffered in the past, I felt has kind of, you know, watered down her wrestling because she's not doing the same lateral drop. She's not really pushing the wrestling. She's more content with striking and doing the 1-2. She actually outworked Amanda Nunes. So that's one thing she has going for her, is that she is a dog. And when you look at Kayla Harrison, she has 2 gold medals in the Olympics in judo. I mean, she's already up on Triple C. If she can win this belt, she has the opportunity to become an Olympic gold champion and a UFC champion, but she's got to get through a very tough Julianna Peña. Now, when I look at this fight, when I look at the keys to the victory, 1, use your strength and size. She's done it in all her whole entire career. She's not the best stand-up artist because she hasn't had time to develop on the feet. So she's been able to get through a lot of her competition by out muscling people and out grappling them. So why not use the exact same type of, you know, skill set or strategy against Julianna Peña? And 2, use your judo. When you get close inside the board and you guys are clinching, you guys are trying to decide where the fight goes, rely on your judo. You have 2 gold medals in judo. I saw her creating content with Alex Pijeda and she threw him. She even taught Alex how to do something. Now let's go to Julianna Peña. Now Julianna Peña, number 1 key to victory for her is be a dog. Make it a scrap, right? Take the fight to the feet, use that long jab, use your experience in mixed martial arts, because obviously your experience in mixed martial arts, it's never gonna overcome her judo. But if you can keep her in the mixed martial arts world, then meaning that you can go from striking, grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Don't go to the judo, you'll probably lose there. But you can go back and forth between all those. You have one leg up on them, where she's tend to be stronger in the judo and the grappling. We know Kayla Harrison cuts a lot of weight down to this division. If Julianna Peña can push the pace, push the action on her, use the wrestling, the striking, frustrate Kayla Harrison. It's almost the same thing she did to Amanda Nunes. You can potentially see Julianna Peña break Kayla Harrison. Now, it's a long shot. You know, she's a 2 Olympic, you know, gold medalist in judo, but when you're cutting all that weight, your body does not run the same when you're walking around with all your water weight, and you don't have to dehydrate yourself to make that division. So when it comes to who do I have winning between Kayla Harrison or Julianna Peña, I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison. I think she's too strong, she's too big. This is the opportunity for Kayla Harrison to become a world champion in the UFC. And I think once she becomes a champion, if she could bring Amanda Nunes out of, you know, retirement, I think she fights Amanda Nunes and then she retires. I don't think she's here for a long time. She's here just for a good time. Now let us go to the main event. Suga, Sean O'Malley taking on Merab Dvalishvili. Now, I'm super excited about this fight because, you know, a lot of people didn't think that Sean O'Malley was going to get an immediate title shot after he came off a loss. But after the first time Sean and Merab fought, Merab went off and fought Umar Nurmagomedov, which was an absolute amazing fight. Umar's pretty good on the feet, but it came down to the wrestling exchange, which is something that Sugar Sean O'Malley doesn't have. Sugar Sean O'Malley, he can wrestle, but he doesn't tend to go about his fight to wrestle. You don't see Sean O'Malley go pop, and then boom, blast double leg. It's typically jab, right hand, look this way and throw a right hand, look this way, a flying knee up the middle, that teep, which is one of the strongest weapons that Sean O'Malley has, because he hit Merab and almost finished Merab. Well, you don't want to say he almost finished, but he hurt Merab in the first fight they had. So, and then here's another thing too. When Sean O'Malley and Merab fought the first time, Sean O'Malley had a torn labrum. He was very outspoken about this on the Mighty Cast, and he wasn't able to get any grappling done whatsoever in the first training camp. This training camp, he's been able to do a lot more grappling. And it's always funny, each time I've hung out with Sean, I always forget how big he is, right? And when I saw him in Arizona, I was like, damn, you are looking big. I always forget. And in this camp, he was able to get a lot more grappling. And we talked about it in the Mighty Cast that so there's a difference between lifting strength and grappling strength. Two different ball games. That's one thing that he has going for him going into this fight against Merab. But when you look at Merab, Merab is a machine. He trains all the time. He even fought Umar Nurmagomedov on a 5-round fight when he was on antibiotics. So this guy is truly a fucking machine. Now, I'm not gonna give you guys my pick on this because I actually spent time with Sugar Sean O'Malley and I don't feel comfortable giving you guys my pick knowing that I've trained with him, right? I haven't spent time with Merab in the gym, but I've hung out with him before. I trained with Aljamain Sterling, but I'm gonna give you guys what these guys need to do in order to get a victory on top of each other. And I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Sean O'Malley. Sean has to force the fight. Meaning, Sean could try to do what he did last time he fought Merab. Stay outside the void, go lateral, and then go southpaw to orthodox, throw the jab, and try to guess where Merab's gonna come inside the void and look for that takedown. But if he does that, I don't think he will come out victorious. He could. He has to land that 1 KO shot. He has to hurt him. But if Sean O'Malley was to force the fight, meaning that I'm going to come across the void, I'm going to use my teep, I'm going to go 1-1-2, knee up the middle, I'm going to try to force the fight and force you to do that double leg takedown. And then I'm ready. I'm planted. I'm not running away. I'm not on one back foot. I'm here. He shoots. I sprawl. I stuff the head. I look for darts. I look for a guillotine. And then we have that wrestling exchange. And when that wrestling exchange is going on, if Merab loses that wrestling exchange, Merab backs out, that's where Sean has to put on the foot on the gas. He has to go cross a right hand, body kick, high kick, teep, stay on him to try to break the machine. Now let's look what Merab has to do in order to beat Sugar Sean O'Malley. Merab has to stay outside, move, keep that head movement, look down, move and sachet those teeps when it comes to the belly, or try to catch those teeps. Make Sean O'Malley pay when he teeps, because we know if we put Sean O'Malley on his back, we're able to stay there. I don't foresee Merab getting caught in a guillotine or armbar or a triangle. He's too fucking strong. He's gonna twist out of it. He's gonna pull his arm out and he's gonna look to ground and pound. Another key to victory for Merab is once you get Sean O'Malley down the ground, if you get him there, keep him there either by staying in his guard or half guard. Now, when you look at Merab, Merab is not an athlete who tends to pass guard. He's not a guy who's like, okay, I'm in half guard, I'm gonna, put knee slice or knee or go to mount. He's a guy who tends to stay in half guard or in guard, grounds and pounds his opponents. When his opponent's turtle, he'll take it back. He's very good about kicking the legs out, using the wrestling and inside trips, or grabbing a guillotine. If he does try to submit Sean O'Malley, it's going to be when Sean O'Malley's trying to come up, and he's going to do what he did last time, kiss the back, and then he's going to try to submit her that way. And then the key to victory number 4, why not try to finish? Right? Why not try to finish? When you do have the opportunity for Sean O'Malley's neck, crank it down. You don't always have to be on the neck. You can be on the jaw, break the jaw, or transition and take his back, body triangle. Don't know if your little legs can do it, because my little ass legs can't do it. So I don't know if he's flexible there. But let's see if Merab can look for the finish and put the nail in the coffin against Sugar Sean O'Malley. Because when you look at Merab's last fights, when he fought Jose Aldo, when he fought Peter Yan, when he fought Sean O'Malley, when he fought Umar Nurmagomedov, all his fights have gone to a decision. It has never been, I don't know the last time Merab has finished anybody. So that could be something that Merab could look for in a key to victory, is looking for the finish to finally put the Sugar to bed. I told Sean, and I think I told Sean, I was like, if you can't stop that machine is gonna eat your ass up. And that's what's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. If Sean O'Malley cannot stop the machine is gonna run him over and still be a world champion. But if Sean O'Malley is able to outwork the machine or catch the machine, and have the machine overheat, and when the machine overheats, he's able to put a crisp combination together and find Merab's chin, then he's going to be able to become a world champion and get his belt back. So boys, let me know in the comments down below, who do you think is going to win these fights? I got Patchy mix, Kayla Harrison, and then I gave you guys my thoughts on Sean O'Malley versus Merab. Is Merab the machine going to run over Sean O'Malley, or is Sean O'Malley going to be able to break the machine and find that sweet Sugar KO shot? Let me know in the comment section below, and make sure you guys come back here Saturday night, as me and the crew will be giving you guys UFC 316 instant reaction. So boys, let me know in the comment section below. We're gonna figure we're gonna see who's gonna win this belt. We'll see you guys at the next video.